Imagine this. You're holding today's newspaper. Inflation is rising. Crypto is collapsing. Banks are failing. And the gap between billionaires and ordinary workers keeps growing. Now set it aside, because the man I'm about to introduce seems to have written these headlines centuries before they existed. Welcome to Life Path Log. Today's subject wasn't an economist by profession, but he may be history's sharpest critic of economic life, Imam Al-Ghazali. Picture the late 11th century. Europe is fragmented into struggling kingdoms, still recovering from famine and disease. Meanwhile, the Islamic world is in its intellectual and economic peak. Baghdad's libraries are alive with scholars. Damascus is filled with bustling markets. Cairo is a center of knowledge and debate. A vast trade network stretches from Andalusia to Khorasan, carrying silk, spices, silver, and ideas. Wealth is flowing, but fast flow always creates tension and imbalance. In Persia, in the year 1058, a boy is born, Abu Hamid al-Ghazali. By his 30s, he holds one of the most prestigious academic positions of his time, but his legacy won't be obedience to the system. It will be his courage to question it. Ghazali noticed something unsettling. Society was becoming richer, yet something deeper was breaking. Spiritual emptiness was growing alongside material wealth. And this led him to a question that still matters today. What happens when a civilization grows richer, faster than it grows wiser? Unlike many thinkers of his era, Ghazali did not treat money as just a tool of trade. He saw something deeper. Money, he argued, is not value itself. It is a mirror of human intention. It reveals what a society truly is. From this idea, he reached a striking conclusion. Money that does not circulate is dead money. Wealth that is hoarded produces nothing. No trade, no jobs, no movement. He compared it to blood that stops flowing in a body. When circulation ends, life weakens. But his criticism was not aimed at wealth itself. It was aimed at stagnation and greed. Because hoarding creates artificial scarcity, it distorts prices, and in the end, it harms those at the bottom the most. Those who profit from crisis, in his view, were not clever traders. They were signs of a deeper decay. Ghazali believed corruption spreads like a disease, but he was not against profit. He respected trade. He respected commerce. Because markets, he argued, depend on one invisible foundation: trust. Long before modern economics defined terms like moral hazard or information asymmetry, Ghazali understood the same truth. When trust disappears, markets collapse, even if numbers still look stable on paper. He also believed labor shaped character. Honest work builds societies. Deceptive gain destroys them. Wealth is not the problem. Wealth without contribution is. But his sharpest criticism was reserved for rulers. When states mismanaged finances, they often reduced the value of currency, a hidden form of inflation. Ghazali called it what it was: theft. He believed governments should protect markets, not manipulate them. Because once monetary trust is broken, collapse spreads from the top, down to merchants, and finally to ordinary people. One of his clearest warnings was this: a society can survive poverty, but it cannot survive corruption. History repeated this pattern again and again. From currency collapses to economic crises across centuries, the same mechanism appears. When trust disappears, systems fail. For Ghazali, economics was never just about money, it was about human behavior. Fear creates hoarding, greed creates speculation, insecurity creates deception. No system can survive if incentives are corrupted. Wealth itself is not dangerous, but meaningless wealth is. A society thrives when people contribute more than they extract, when fairness shapes exchange, and when trust holds everything together. Now look at today's world. His warnings about hoarding resemble offshore wealth. His concerns about speculation resemble crypto bubbles and financial manias. His criticism of currency debasement still echoes in inflation debates today. Technology has changed everything, but human nature has not changed at all. And perhaps Ghazali would still say this today: where justice disappears, prosperity cannot remain, because economies do not collapse when numbers fail. They collapse when people stop trusting each other, and that lesson is still being learned.